see. Sorry, guys, I'm just getting everything set up. Oh, crap. I forgot the controller, too. Let people gather here for a minute. Yep, it's working. Just gotta figure out how to... I wonder what is going on. I'm just trying to make it brighter. Yeah, for some reason, like, the screen is dimmed. I don't know why. Okay. Weird. Alright, I guess I'll have to run with it. I'll have to figure out what the hell happened. Okay, and wrong controller. Okay. We are good, everybody. I'm going to try and keep the restream chat up as well. See if I can come across Twitch chat, things like that. If I don't see anything, then obviously I'll change that. But welcome, everybody, to grinding time. It's basically going to be a grinding night because I just haven't had a whole lot of time to go out and do the grinding for Torchlight. So I might as well, since I have some free time right now, go work on that. Mainly because I want to get through it so that we can then go to things like Axiom Verge. Or, in the summer, I'm kind of hoping to be able to do just a bunch of different kinds of streams for the summer. So let's just go ahead and get things started the way that we need to. There we go. So tonight's just kind of a kickback, relax kind of night. I'm going to get some level grinding done and have some conversations with you guys. Since we are on the eve of the podcast, and I'm already kind of not looking forward to this agenda. There we go. I had to kind of remind myself of what the buttons are. There we are. Okay, I can't even remember what level I ended on. I know I've done some grinding on him. Because he was like at level 21, I think, the last time I did anything with him. Yeah, so I've gotten him to 26. And the goal is 35. Supposedly at 35, we will not have any issues with the final boss. If that happens tonight, then cool. We'll finish it tonight. There we go. I was also hoping to be able to test something tonight, but unfortunately it didn't work out. I was having some hardware issues with it. Just because I don't want to make it look like I'm being secretive or anything. It's not a big surprise. This is something that's been suggested for a while. I was experimenting with the prospect of getting some background music for streams. Because supposedly, I should be able to do that via XSplit, and since I'm streaming through Restream, it should be able to carry all that stuff over into YouTube, into Twitch, all that stuff. At least that was my hope. There we go. And one of the things I noticed that I can do for grinding is I still have all these portals, like these secret locations I can get sent to. And right now they've been very helpful. There we go. Oh, I can't go up here. Okay. Whoa! Your pet. Oh my gosh. Okay. You probably should, little guy. Alright, I'm not worrying about anything green unless we're gonna sell it. So, that should be okay. Crap. How do I even get over there? I guess we'll find out. So yeah, not as big a stream tonight. We're gonna take it easy. We're gonna have some fun. Just doing the stuff that gamers are used to doing. And with that, I actually do have a question for you guys right off the bat. Like, what activities will you, or what will you do while you're grinding? Will you put on some music, put on some radio, put on a podcast, listen to, or put on some Netflix? Like, what do you do? Like, do you jack up the volume of the game music? If you do that, then you are a braver man than I. Even I get kind of tired of the game music. Me personally, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for at that given moment. I put on YouTube videos. I put on specifically like really long YouTube videos, so like Grumps compilations. I've done that. Jeez. I've also put on like relaxing or action-based music compilations that last for hours. Done that too. I've done Netflix, Amazon Prime, a lot of those services. Hey, Atlas. How we doing tonight? I've done lots of that stuff. Podcasts used to be a big thing because I was a big follower of the Scott Johnson podcasts, and so I would listen to all that stuff. But unfortunately, I've become less and less of a fan over the years. How goes your newfangled PC? There we go. Have you finally decided to join the craze that is World of Warcraft? It's okay if you're not. let's see. Where have we gone and where have we not? I think we're good on this area. Basically, the point of this portal is just we gotta fulfill the objective, so... Good way to get some extra XP. I don't have to worry about it too much. Okay, that's not a switch. Ooh, but that's helpful. Stairs! Alright. Oh, yeah, that's not the right button. Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm trying to remember all my buttons. I just got done playing some Halo Master Chief Collection. Very cool, dude. That's definitely another Xbox franchise that gets recommended to me a lot. Who knows? Maybe now that I'm not so... Like, Gears, I mean, worked out. And I have heard that the Master Chief Collection does kind of add in a few more casual elements. So it's not as hardcore as the original Halo. Who knows? Maybe we'll get into that series eventually. Never, as they say in the WWE, never say never. Bam! I love me some barbs. And some random wanton destruction. There we go. No. I don't think that stuff itself are very good. There we go. Does that one actually include the Halo 2 remaster, or is that a separate thing? There's another saying in the WWE that says the show must go on. Indeed. Even if it means they gotta lay off 20-plus people. That's just a general theater saying. And yes, there are times when the show must go on. And then there are times when the theater is on fire, and everybody should leave. I know, that was a random thing to say, but believe it or not, I had theater teachers that were random. And out of them came lots of wisdom. Okay. Oh, super health potion. That's helpful. Yes, it includes the Halo 2 anniversary. Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw that was getting put out on PC, so I wasn't sure if that meant, like, you know, you got the Halo 2 anniversary with the snazzy new graphics or not. And it just includes see what was it? 1, 2, ODST, 3, and Reach? Is that right? I don't think it carries 4, does it? And it definitely doesn't carry 5. That's why you got the snazzy new PC. You want to play Halo Infinite. And then they will say, we will allow it in 6 months. Go buy an Xbox if you want it before then. Or a Xbox Series X. I have not seen Halo 4 in the collection. Yeah, I would guarantee it's probably the trilogy and all the elements of the trilogy. Except probably minus Halo Wars. I think the first Halo Wars happened before that. Before 4, I mean. So it probably doesn't have that. Halo going RTS. That was definitely something I didn't see happening. By the way, I see that you're not in the Discord server. I am not. I can easily put it up. I just haven't done it. Give me a minute and I can go do that. Just want to make sure I'm not going to be dying. Oh, that's cute. There we go. Let's take care of this horde of goblins. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can back up a little bit. Oh, did I level up too? Yeah, I did. Level 20 and level 27. Holy crap. Okay, give me a quick second and I can do it. Yeah, sure, if you want to put it up, all you have to do is give you some commentary. Okay, it should be working, so if it's not, then obviously let me know, but let's see. And actually, while I'm taking care of this,
Yo, what's up?
hey, Atlas, not too much. How about you?
So far so good, man. No complaints.
Very good. How is the new PC treating you?
It's treating me very, very well, my friend.
Has it broken your eyes yet?
No, it has not.
Okay, well, that's good. The last thing we want to have happen is an LED keyboard goes out of whack, and then you can't see for the rest of your life.
No, the keyboard has been doing me just fine.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I just make that joke because, not my brother, a cousin of mine liked having that rainbow thing happen while he was working on the computer. And he actually complained of headaches. And me and my brother just kind of looked at him and went, well, it's because you have that LED keyboard constantly just shining pretty lights in your face.
Yeah.
And funniest thing...
It's probably one of those really good keyboards that he has.
Yeah, it was like an Alienware one, really good.
That keyboard. Okay, yeah.
And the funniest thing is, like, a month later, we get a post on Facebook saying, "Yeah, my headaches are gone. Thanks, guys. I didn't realize that." I'm like, "Yeah. You're welcome."
Nice. That's good. That's real good.
Okay, really quick, critical strikes. There we are. I'm just trying to make sure that I get all of these stats done. There we go. Now I can resume the grind.
The grind shall continue.
Yes, at least for 8 more levels. So.
Oh wow, you're that far into the game?
Well, yeah. So we got to the final boss in this game, and It's kind of like a Diablo 2 situation where I actually am too low level to fight him.
Oh my goodness!
I was literally. I think when I first started trying to fight him, I was 10 levels below what you need to be. And unfortunately, since when you die, you can sacrifice XP to be able to come back up. I did that a couple of times and ended up a little bit further down than I thought I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
So by the time I started grinding, I was 21, I believe. Yeah, 21, 20. Okay. And thankfully, I'm back up to 27 now.
Right.
and just working on talents so that I can go back down and kick the crap out of the final boss.
Sweet.
Hence why I say it's Diablo 2 all over again. Like, because Diablo...
It's one of those games, yeah.
Yeah, like, Bale should have given me a hard time in Lord of Destruction, but... and he kind of did, but Diablo took forever to try and take down. I had to do, like, 3-4 consecutive playthroughs before I found a way to be able to do it.
Right.
Because, like, I was supposed to be doing a Necromancer, and then it's like, oh, yeah, if you're soloing, you can't beat Diablo with a Necromancer. You just can't do it. Then I tried doing it with, like, a Bear Druid. No, didn't really work out. And so I eventually just said, you know what, screw it, I'm going Barbarian, and that's the one that finally did it.
Nice. That's freaking good, man.
Yeah, I was very happy at the end of that, because I'm like, yes, I want to show you guys Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. And I still haven't shown Diablo 3.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I started up, but unfortunately, like, crap just got busy. We will go back to that game eventually.
I agree.
Because I love 3. 3 is, in my opinion, the best Diablo game, and I'm biased, and I know it, because, like, I started on Diablo 3, so...
I was going to ask you, do you have all the expansions for Diablo 3?
Yes, unless they've added a new one that I'm not aware of.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so here's the way to look at it. I've got all of the expansions on PC, and then I also got the Eternal Collection on Switch. And
oh, nice.
That's actually where I primarily play Diablo right now. I play with friends on PC, but the console version is strictly for nights I can't sleep.
Oh, okay.
So I put on some Switch in the middle of the night, go grind, whatever class I want to work on, and then that usually can kick me into wanting to go back to bed.
I could see your wife waking up and be like, "Honey, why are you playing a game around 2:30 in the morning?"
We've been married long enough. She doesn't ask those questions anymore.
Oh, nice, awesome.
I technically am a bit more of a night owl than she is, and so
you know what? Ever since we went under quarantine, man, I have been staying up late until like 3:30 in the morning, dude. Like literally.
Yeah, I mean before I had kids, I was going to bed at like 2-3 regularly, and I mean the kids kind of adjusted my sleep schedule, but not to a point where I still wouldn't have late nights. Or I would want to be able to get some stuff done, but no, I have to sit in bed and try and make myself go to sleep because I've got to drive my daughter to school or something like that the next day.
Yeah.
And so at that point, one of the things that's been really helpful is, aptly enough, the Wii U, because that's kind of where this all started, was the Wii U. I would play like Shovel Knight in the middle of the night and just play it on the gamepad, because then at that point you don't have the TV on, so it's not like you're flooding the room with light.
Oh, hello.
Kind of thing. And then eventually I started doing that with the only reason I bought a PlayStation Vita was to connect it to my PS3 so that I could then play PS3 games on it.
Yeah.
Hello.
And then later, when the Switch got announced, I'm like, oh my gosh, this solves so many problems.
It solved all the problems.
Yes. Technically, the Switch became not only my Nintendo machine, but also my like indie gaming machine to an extent. Like all the indie games that I want to play on console usually go to the Xbox, but I also send a lot of stuff to Switch.
Right.
Especially
okay,
if I think it's going to be like grindy as hell. If that makes sense.
Yeah. It could be grindier than usual.
Yeah, hence why Diablo works. Like, I didn't think that when I got that as a Christmas present that I would use it so much. And then, my brother just kind of looked at me and went, "Trust me, I have more kids than you." And he was right.
Yup.
Because he has 3 girls and I have 2, so there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, he has 3 girls, all 2 years apart.
That's awesome.
What's really sad is that his oldest was set to graduate high school this year.
Oh.
And I don't know if she got to graduate because of the damn lockdown.
Yeah.
I hope she did, man.
Dude, the lockdown affected a lot of people, man.
It did. It's getting to a point where it's driving me absolutely bonkers. Because look, I'm all for taking precautions and everything like that, but I do not stress this, but I do have the question in my mind: are we going a little too far? Is this getting a little too overprotective? Like, do we need to step back a little bit?
Yeah.
And let things happen? Because, oh, hello, Kasaido. Sorry. Happy 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Oh no! Oh crap! But I actually died. Resurrecting Town.
Damn.
Really? 40 years The Empire Strikes Back?
Has it been 40 years?
I'm old.
I'm going to ask Google this question. Why not?
Yeah, go ahead. Like, I mean, my first Star Wars movie was Return of the Jedi, so...
Yeah, my first one was A New Hope.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah.
back in the 70s? Or...
Back in the 70s, man, when it first came out. I'm not that old, I just used to have the tapes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're older than me? What? Somebody's older than me!
I lied all along.
I'm older on the inside. No, like, yeah, because I saw... My parents have said that I have seen Return of the Jedi in the theaters. I don't remember it, though.
Oh, man.
And so, like, my first interaction with Star Wars was on VHS. Especially when the... I don't remember what they were called, but basically the first remaster, before they did all of the CG adding and all that stuff. The first trilogy remastered, that was how I got to know Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, those first trilogies, man, they were just like, eh.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
Well, and what also helped was, like, all of the Star Wars games that we were playing at home.
Yes. They were actually pretty fun.
Yeah, no, a lot of them were.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I enjoyed the heck out of watching my older brother play Super Star Wars. We had X-Wing, the original X-Wing.
X-Wing, yes.
What else? And we also played a lot of the LucasArts games too, which, if you've never played those, like, it's such a wonderful thing to be associated with Lucas, because then you could make fun of Star Wars and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, I played one of their games, which is called Zombies at My Neighbors.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
Was that LucasArts?
I believe it was, yes.
I could have sworn that was Rare.
No, Rare was a Nintendo exclusive, because remember, Zombies and My Neighbors came out on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Holy. Is that what it... No, the special editions were the ones where they added stuff and kind of wrecked it.
Wrecked it, yeah.
Yeah. We don't speak of that. It kills the mood.
It does. Like, pretty good. Yo, one of these days, man, I'll fucking show you some PC gameplay on my end.
Cool. I'm all for that.
Dude, I just fucking downloaded OBS, and I'm gonna use Streamlabs and Stream Elements for Twitch here pretty soon.
Nice. Just
Yes.
make sure not to show the booty.
Oh no, the booty does not count.
Or the boobies. No man boobies.
No anime hentai in this channel today, boys.
Also, make sure that you're not really a deer on the inside. Yeah.
Oh my god.
For those who don't know yet, that's going to be one of the stories we're probably going to cover tomorrow.
I'll be watching.
It's kind of hard not to do that, people. We kind of have to.
Oh yes.
Crap, wait. For some reason, I am not able to use my town portal. What the hell?
If you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
What topics do you have covered so far for tomorrow night's stream that you can lend in 2 hours?
What topic? Like, you want to know the entire agenda?
Yeah.
I don't have it all worked out, but Alex is going to be mad at me because we are going to be covering quite a bit of YouTube drama.
Oh God.
Mainly because we kind of have no choice. Like a lot of crap is happening on YouTube. I don't know if you've noticed a lot of it, but it's getting pretty close to the point of insanity, in my opinion.
For what reason is it?
Oh, there's a couple. So we will have a little bit of an update on the Susie Liu situation.
Oh, Susie Liu. Okay.
And not in the sense of like, you know, that she's doing more copyright and stuff like that. She did, in my opinion, one of the ultimate dick moves of YouTube. And over the weekend, she decided to put up a post on Instagram that made it sound like she was pretty much suicidal. And turns out she wasn't at all, because she basically, after that came out and a lot of her detractors came out and said, don't do anything stupid, the following Monday she puts up a video just titled Goodbye, and the thumbnail is her crying. And when you turn it on, it's a reaction to a Naruto Shippuden episode where like I can't remember who dies, but somebody in the...
Someone in there dies, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people took that as this is like her last video. We're having a second coming of Etika. And yeah, so now she's got the same community absolutely pissed at her, and for good reason. Like that was not good to do at all. So,
dude, a lot of people on YouTube these days, especially with a big fan base, they fuck up so bad. Like, it just mind boggles me.
This is why I tell a lot of people, like, I don't like. Okay, I watch a few of those YouTubers, but I don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
And the main reason I don't trust them is because every time, like, I have a penalty or something like that imposed, it's usually because insert big YouTuber here did something stupid. And I'm tired of it. Like, you know, Adpocalypse caused by, I can't even remember the events of the first Adpocalypse. It was like, I think it was PewDiePie that kind of helped cause it, along with Logan Paul probably. Second one was Carlos Maza going after Steven Crowder. And as far as I'm concerned, and we'll get into that in a minute, but I think the third Adpocalypse is coming around the bend. Because now YouTubers have decided to not only have what Susie has done, but Susie, unfortunately, in my opinion, opened a very, very nasty Pandora's box that has... I don't think it's shutting anytime soon. Because over the weekend, she also talked about a very interesting aspect of, you know, there's just so much bad on YouTube. Why don't we just talk to the sponsors and see if they want to support this hate speech or whatever?
Right.
PewDiePie had nothing to do... No, that's right. That was the kids one. The first Adpocalypse was the kids one, wasn't it?
I think it was.
Yeah. So, because that was the YouTube Kids one that they're suffering for right now. So that was the first one, and then it was Maza. But now, I don't know if you guys have seen, but Ethan Klein declared war on Keemstar.
Oh my God, I heard that earlier today.
And he actually attacked Keemstar's sponsor, G Fuel.
Yeah.
And Keemstar got dropped from G Fuel for it. Now, granted, Keemstar is just enough of a dick to have done the similar thing years before, but
I'm not defending either one of them.
But then it also got worse when Pokimane, who I've covered very little, also declared war on It's a Gundam for making fun of her, and got she was attacking his sponsor Ridge Wallet. But it turns out that he actually had a bigger, more console developer deal in the works. And that went down the toilet as soon as Pokimane made a stake. So that's the new thing now. We're going to attack people's like, if we don't like what... So Atlas, if you don't like what I'm saying, and I have a credible sponsor with Subway or something like that, all you have to do to win the fight is to go to Subway and tell them not to pay me anymore.
Exactly.
Which is stupid, in my opinion.
So
Like,
dumb.
you guys, like, internet blood sports was already stupid enough. Because the funniest thing that people like to bring up to me is like, do you really know anything about internet blood sports? I know enough to know that Tonkasaw didn't show up for Warski, now didn't he? So at that point, like, did you really think you were going to get an actual blood sport out of this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
It was going to be high school bullshit, and even I could see the writing on the wall. So at that point, like, congratulations, good for you guys. I really wish that it hadn't come to this.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about those two things because I think they're kind of essential. Little Miss Deerfolk is also on the list because I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff she said. I'm sorry, he's said, because I don't give respect to assholes. Yeah, that's right. So basically, you've heard some of the quotes from Ferociously Steph, haven't you?
I think I have. I don't remember exactly.
Oh crap! I should not have done that.
You'll get it. No worries. You're good.
Let me get the buyback tab. There we go. Buy that back. Okay. So I'll go ahead and equip this again. So basically, Twitch announced that they were going to do a safety council bullshit that was going to be entirely made up of community members. And one of the people that they brought on was a streamer by the name of Ferociously Steph, who let me just kind of go over this and see how much you're gonna love it. You're gonna love this person because this person represents you.
Wow.
Self-identifies as a deer,
Wow.
but the funniest part is that when she, it's a she, it's a guy who transitioned into a girl.
Yeah.
So he's full transitioned, but yet he has antlers on his head, so that's a male deer.
Right.
Sorry, guys, does don't have that. So you have that, and even better, his personal viewpoint is that all gamers are white supremacists. Because why not?
Man, that guy.
And even better, because I mean it's already been so good, right? He basically made a very bad statement on his on one of his Q&As, basically securing everybody thinking that he's going to abuse power, because he actually did say that yes, people should be afraid of me now that I have power. There are people who should be afraid of me. Which was so great that Twitch's CEO had to come out of hiding and say, oh, whoa, wait. Technically, this safety panel doesn't really have any power. Yeah. And basically do about 10 steps to the right from Ferociously Steph. I would not be surprised if Steph got horribly scolded, and if they aren't seriously reconsidering whether or not he gets to remain on the council. Why do I keep on going for he? Because he's an asshole, and I have no reason to respect him as long as he's being an asshole.
That's right.
So, we have those things. Jeez, what were the other ones that I've got on there? Oh, let's see. I think we had... Actually, I have to bring this up again because I can't remember. Oh, yes, Batwoman. We'll also be talking about that.
Okay.
So, Ruby Rose quit Batwoman,
Oh.
and they're going to have to recast her. I don't care what they're saying, that it was a mutual breakup. No, it's a breakup. She quit. Or you fired her. One of the two. Which is funny because, like, from what I understand, there was a major accident on set during the first season, and it was pretty dangerous for Ruby Rose. Apparently she had some issues right after when that happened. And the best part about this is, so she leaves, right? Batwoman has been okayed for a second season. I don't know why. Its ratings were through the floor. But yeah, so now they're going to have to recast her. Does this dear guy think he's Joffrey? Yes. Yes, Kasaibo. Yes, I think he does. Can we start throwing poop at him now? I've never seen that scene, but I know that it exists.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got that. And some of this might change. I'm just going to go ahead and let people know, because sometimes things get changed up until like an hour before the podcast, because I might just decide, this story just isn't worth people's time.
Yeah. Think about what you're gonna post, and
Yep.
what we cover within like 2 hours.
I'm like Vince McMahon. Sometimes I just decide to change the ending of SummerSlam on the fly. Joe Rogan. We're going to bring this up because Joe Rogan's deal on Spotify is a pretty big deal. He's got an exclusive deal for the Joe Rogan Experience on Spotify, and I believe starting in September, they will move all of the previous Joe Rogan episodes to Spotify only.
Yeah, it's going to be Spotify exclusive.
Yep. And that's going to be interesting because, like, Spotify, at least as far as I know as a service, is just for audio. But Joe Rogan, like, one of the things that people love his podcast for is that it's got a video element to it as well.
Yeah.
So I'm genuinely curious if he's going to be able to keep doing that, or if it's just going to be an audio podcast from here on in, which I think would be a bad idea. Because, like, I think the video element is what makes it a lot more worthwhile to watch. You get to see kind of the genuineness of Joe asking questions, or of his guest asking questions.
Correct. Speaking of Vince McMahon and all of them, did you hear about Chad Gaspard?
I did hear about Chad Gaspard. I don't know him very well. Like, I think he was in his tag team. I think it was like Dirty Money or something like that. He was in the tag team when I saw him the last time, but then he didn't show up again, and I don't even know the details of his death. He was in the
ocean trying to save his son, and the tide basically took him away, and I guess a day later they found his body on an island. I forgot what it was, but they found his body, and so...
Did they have an accident? Were they on a boat or something, or...?
I believe they were at the beach. I forgot where it went, but the article can tell you more about it.
They threw a cow pie at him, and he decided to kill them all. Yep, that's ferociously Steph, right there. I know we're talking about Joffrey, but I don't care.
Oh, Joffrey.
Yeah, I'd heard about Chad Gaspard. I am sad about it. Like, don't get me wrong, but I was already sad about, all the people losing their jobs over at WWE. I mean, I watched that stream that AJ did live.
Oh, really?
When he found out that Gallows and Anderson had been fired. And I felt for him. I really did, because I know that AJ has done everything in his power to keep Gallows and Anderson in WWE by like insisting to do stuff with them and trying to get the OC to work out, and Vince just wasn't buying any of it.
That was it.
Not to mention all the other talent that had opportunity after opportunity, and even though they were over with the fans, Vince was not convinced. Like, I never understood why Ember Moon fell so far down the card when she debuted on the main roster.
I know, dude. Vince is screwing everything up.
Look, Vince, we love you because you have created so many eras for us, but I get it. You're one of those businessmen that thinks that the second you stop doing anything is the second you're going to kick the bucket. but let's be honest with ourselves. You live in the gym. You eat very, very healthy for a man your age.
Yep.
And just because you're retiring does not mean you're going to kick the bucket. All right? I think it is well within your bounds to be able to go into giving the company either over to somebody. I don't know if it should be Hunter. I don't know if it should be Shane or Steph. But you need to give the company to somebody, because I think you've hit a point where you just... This is kind of like the Attitude Era, but worse. You don't know what to do at this point. The talent is confusing you. The way that talent get over isn't what you're used to. Just, I think you need to kind of call it a day. Nobody's going to call you, is going to think you're lesser for it, is what I'm saying. They need somebody else at the wheel. And Vince has proven time and time again, and CM Punk is absolutely right when he calls you out for it, that like Vince has lost touch, absolutely lost touch. He does not know what works anymore. I mean, he's had, there are so many instances of him having absolute gold in his fingertips, and he just let it slip through his fingers. Absolutely slip through his fingers. Even to some extent, I'm a big fan of AJ Styles. He is being underutilized right now.
Oh, I know AJ.
Mm-hmm. Like, granted, I get it. We're kind of in an era where people can't stay at the top of the card for very long, because you've got to have a mid card. And thankfully, like, AJ is one of those guys that can do that. But when you put him in the mid card, you... Like, the perfect example I can give to everybody is Kevin Owens, that whole feud for the U.S. title. Like, that was bad.
Really bad.
That was absolutely bad. It was bad for Kevin. It was bad for AJ. It was bad for everybody. And it didn't work out. Nobody ended up better for that. And strangely enough, from what I understand, Vince loved the whole angle. I don't know why. Everybody else hated it. So much so that they literally, in order to save his ass from the whole Jinder Mahal thing, he has AJ claim the title out of nowhere and go face Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
You know? That's another blunder. Jeez. Look, Brock is amazing. He shouldn't have the title right now. The title very rarely... This is why, in a lot of cases, I actually like the idea of Bray getting the title, of getting the Universal title, because because at least it's on an active talent. It's not on a part-timer, and Brock is a part-timer at this point. Like, you can't have Brock too much in the ring, otherwise it kind of dulls down his product. So it's just a better idea to not put a title on him and instead just have him do grudge matches, kind of thing. And yeah, that's just another example of blunders. Shinsuke Nakamura is another one I could bring up that has been underutilized. Finn Balor got moved back down to fucking NXT.
NXT, yeah.
Really? Finn Balor got moved back down to NXT. Did not get even one Universal title run. Considering that he's the first one. Fucking hell.
And believe it or not, man, a lot of the guys want to be back in NXT. It's just that Vince won't let them.
Yeah, well, because they know that it's not Vince at the wheel.
Nope.
Like, Vince has a say here and there, but I think they pretty much confirmed that that Hunter and Regal are pretty much running things, and I believe to some extent so is Jeff Jarrett. I think there was a reason they pulled him away from Global Force. And maybe part of that was just to get some arenas so that they could start taking NXT on tour. But yeah, that's the sad reality here, is like Raw and SmackDown. SmackDown is more athletic and, in my opinion, a little bit better, but it's not as good as NXT. That's why in a lot of cases people were screaming for NXT to win at Survivor Series.
Yep.
And guess what? I believe they won. So...
I think they did, yeah.
But I also will say this. This whole situation, I can't watch wrestling right now. I can't.
No.
It is
can't.
hard. I can't do the empty arenas.
Like,
And I'm not just saying this for WWE. I think AEW suffers from it too.
yeah, AEW is suffering it for it too because there's no fans whatsoever.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to pro wrestling, like, you do need to have that fan element.
You do.
And if you don't have it, it's like coming out to the middle of a political speech without a voice box. You just you're cutting yourself off.
Right.
And that's a really sad thing in my opinion, because look at all of the debuts that AEW has had.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, well, Moxley's not an example of it. Matt Hardy, Damascus. You've also had Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper. There's already talk of the Revival, now known as the Revolt, doing stuff with AEW. They're including like wanting to get into a rivalry with the Young Bucks, which I think would be amazing considering the whole F the Revival movement.
Yeah.
Zack Ryder, I think, is in talks to go to AEW. I think they've also talked to Drake Maverick, I believe. No, Drew Gulak.
Yeah.
They've talked to him. All of this would be amazing and would be basically Vince giving WCW all the premier talent again. That's what he's doing. Because at that point, like, there's nothing against the talent that was currently at WWE, but, you know, Scott Hall wasn't being utilized at that time, so he went to go to work somewhere else, where he did get utilized, and he got to do a wonderful thing called the NWO.
Yep.
You know, Vince, you kind of buried yourself there. And the same thing is kind of happening here, but we need to get people in arenas again.
We do. We gotta reopen the arenas and get the fans back in there.
Like, I still have not seen this year's WrestleMania. I don't know how many people have told me, dude, if you're such a hardcore AJ Styles fan, you need to see the Boneyard match with Undertaker.
I heard that match was good, but I
can't.
have no desire to watch it.
I can't do it. I can't. And it's simply because I know that you catered it to not have people there, but like part of the pro wrestling experience is the fans. And I want to see like them react to AJ kicking the crap out of the Undertaker, fighting back, and I'm so sorry for both of them. This is one of those things I would love to see, and I just can't do it without the arena. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe at some point I'll watch the Boneyard match, but
yeah,
I can't do it. Vince is a big sphincter. Yes, he is. Yes, he is actually. He's a big sphincter because he doesn't realize what he has. He has fire, and he has abused it. He's not understood what it was, and now it burns him. Oh, crap! Okay, I ended up in a bad spot. Okay. I promise I'll get talking again in a second, but... Oh!
You're in a bad spot, boys.
Oh, yes, I am. Oh. That's a lot of demons. Holy crap. There we go.
Game has increased.
Dude, that better be...
I want a loot explosion after this. Can I have a loot explosion? That's one of the things that makes Diablo so good, is the loot explosion.
Yeah.
There we go. There we are. Ooh, Shard of Luminites. Yay! I completed my quest. Oh, and I hit level 28 and I didn't even realize. Alright. So since Kane became a mayor, can we see him wrestle other elected officials in a Hell in a Cell? I nominate Cuomo.
If you can teach them how to wrestle, then I will watch that match.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
What's the a-hole from Michigan? The one that's basically not allowing for anybody to question her authority. Put her in the ring with Kane.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'd even be okay with them bringing out, what was the dentist persona that Glenn had? Oh, crap, what was it? It was Jerry Lawler's dentist.
Yeah.
Bring that one out to handle that. Or the West Virginia governor. I'm okay with that, too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my gosh. I will say this, though, with wrestling in mind. I have been watching Undertaker The Last Ride.
Oh, nice.
And that is awesome to watch and also heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because you just don't realize how much legit pain the guy goes through.
Oh, yeah. He's, we were doing so good until we lost. Oh, well.
It actually kind of makes me shed a tear. It really does. You don't realize just how bad Mark has it these days.
Oh, yeah, Mark, yes.
Also, he can prep up to go do, a match at WrestleMania or at Crown Jewel or... Actually, I don't even know if they're going to do Crown Jewel anymore. I think the Saudi Arabia deal fell through, didn't it?
I think it did, yeah. I don't know for sure, but...
Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah.
Or have her wrestle Jesse Ventura. No.
No.
Well, maybe. Jesse's really frail right now, so it actually might be fun to have him get beat up by a girl.
I'll be right back.
Well, hello.
All good.
1 second.
Well, hello. You have gained a task.
I've gained a task. Alright, so let's... Actually, first things first, let's grab some potions. Because I'm running low.
Well, hello.
Well, hello. I'm so full of myself. Why, yes, you are. 22,000. I finally made up for all of that money I lost, Jiro. Jiminy Christmas. Okay. Oh, yes, rings. Toss those in. And then let's see if I can buy some health potions. I want super. There we go. I'd have Arnold be the ref. Oh, gosh. That'd be great, actually. Would Arnold even be interested? Like, I know he loved Andre, but I think he's not a big wrestling fan, right? I don't think he is. I don't know. He has. I think he's taking pictures with Hulk Hogan, but we all deny that exists now. Poor Terry Bollea. Like, there was a time where everybody wanted to see him, and now nobody wants to see him. So are you just grinding to get enough stuff for the boss? I'm just saying, since they are all governors. Yes, I am grinding to see if we can beat the final boss tonight. If not, that's fine. I mean, we've got quite a bit of ground to cover, so... Because I think at minimum we need to be at the level of the final boss, and he's like 35, 36. So in the meantime, we're killing shit. And one of the things I'm doing to grind is I have not been messing around in these extra areas to be able to fulfill their tasks. There we go. Yep, tonight is a grinding night. That's why I'm kicking it back, I'm taking it easy, and I'm just enjoying conversation with you guys. Not to say I don't in the meantime, just where it's going tonight. Have you noticed a lot of Usagi Tsukino artwork lately? Yes. Some people are... For some reason, people, I guess, are liking drawing Sailor Moon drunk. I don't know what the hell that's about. If you want to enlighten me, I'd be more than happy to listen.
Yeah, explain to us the whole idea of Sailor Moon being drunk.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of artwork of, like, Usagi being drunk, or, in some cases, well, I'm not going to mention those. I'll probably get kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah. You want to go through.
Let's just say, Serena might have been propositioning people. Something on Twitter. Yeah, that's actually a perfect explanation, isn't it, Jiro? Something on Twitter.
Agreed, Jiro.
Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, I need to take care of this really quick. I don't know when we're going to do this, but one of the things I want to do this summer is dig into some Gran Turismo with you.
Oh, yeah, dude.
So we're going to do that. I have a feeling we'll also get into some other racing games, too. Because I love the fact that you brought up Gran Turismo, and now I have a friend of mine in my guild going, no. Forza. Forza's the best one. I'm like, okay.
I don't care which one's better. Just give me games that have realistic cars.
I don't care. Just give me carport. Is that basically what I got from that?
Just give me cars, man. Give me amazing racing machines.
I'm all right with either.
Yeah.
I don't think I've turned down Forza. I'm turning down Need for Speed. Let's put it that way. I'm officially done with Need for Speed.
Let me tell you something. The best Need for Speed games is Underground. Period.
Underground and Underground 2. I would agree.
Yes.
I would agree.
Underground.
If for no other reason than Underground, in my opinion, did not require you to do all of the absurd racing tasks if you wanted to be able to unlock better cars. I think a lot of that was just like customized engines, which you had other ways to be able to go get them. And so if I decided I didn't want to do the drag or the drift, I didn't have to. Later Need for Speed games required me to do it.
Oh, yes.
Not to mention the Fast and the Furious plots.
Oh, yeah. Fast and Furious franchise.
I mean, that was like, I think I even brought that up in my, crap, what was the most recent Need for Speed game I reviewed? Came out a couple of years ago. Payback.
Alright.
And how I'm just like, what is with the Fast and the Furious plots, guys? Like, you don't need that. All you need is fancy cars that we can all race.
Yes.
And sometimes get chased by the police.
I just got stuck on I hate these damn stupid things. Stick to you and
But yeah, we definitely need to do Gran Turismo. I would also love to be able to do Mario Kart, but that's just me.
You got a Switch, man, and if you get Mario Kart, I'll be sure to get Mario Kart and we will play.
Yeah, I already have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because I'm trying to get my daughter into that as well as Gran Turismo.
So
Just-
she like, what does she like?
Well, right now, like she liked when I was playing Death Stranding. Specifically when I was in a car. So that's why I thought, like, okay, racing game might work here. Because then at that point she gets cool cars going really, really fast.
Yeah.
And that didn't keep her attention. So I don't know anymore.
Right.
Atlas just has a Need for Speed. Yes. Atlas is Goose from Top Gun.
Goose from Top Gun.
You feel the need for speed.
Dude, I feel like I want to jump on Gran Turismo right now and just jump online and do some racing. Holy crap.
The other thing also I want to do, and I'm going to point this out, is so I may or may not have gained access to a really awesome arcade emulator.
Ooh, what is it?
I don't know what it's called, but I've been able to, like, when I was trying to do arcade games for Drak and Shadow a while back. I could not make them work. But now I have since fixed that problem with a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, okay.
And I would love to be able to take out some like retro arcade games and just play them like one night. I don't know if this is going to be something for like Drak and Shadow Live, but that would be really fun to me. Like just going out and digging out like an old school shoot 'em up or Spy Hunter.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
And just play those. Maybe with Alex so that he can sit there and mock me endlessly for my lack of skill or whatever he wants to do.
Of course. Well, you know what?
I mean, I'm not going to get mocked by Andrea. She's just like, I wasn't in the arcades that often, so.
Nope.
I was a girl. What are you talking about? My mom was too busy taking me shopping. I couldn't go to an arcade if I wanted to. Something like that. I don't know. So yeah, I want to do that. I think that'd be really fun. Oh, hello, Rising Sun. Don't worry, your chat will still mock you. Yeah, you will.
What's happening, Rising Sun?
That's what I rely on.
Yo, speaking of like games and shit, what are your specs on your PC?
Oh, I'm trying to think. I've got an i7 Intel processor that I probably need to replace pretty soon. I think I've run it into the ground. I'm running an NVIDIA GTX 1060, but I might have to upgrade that too. I'm getting to actually a point where I think a few parts need to get upgraded this year. So I'm looking at like I think the last time I was looking at it was like an RTX 1600 because I can't do the 2060. Yeah,
because I got the 2060 graphics card.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money.
You have sprung a trap.
I wanted to get the 2060 Super, but that card just sells out like crazy. So I was like, fuck it, I just got the regular 2060. But it runs really, really good.
Well, and one of the things that probably didn't help your case is when did you start ordering this?
What's up?
When did you start trying to order this?
I started trying to order it like a few weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
But every time I tried to
tried to order it mid-quarantine.
Yeah, mid-quarantine, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's been killing a lot of the PC parts right now. I'm actually waiting until like June before I start doing any kind of upgrades.
Oh, there you go.
Because at that point, then I will be able to get parts for cheaper. Because even cards that are like 2 years old right now are at markup.
Oh yeah, they are.
So at that point, like I don't want to have to spend $500 for a card that's 2 years old.
Oh yeah, you want to get a card that's like somewhat newer and not terrible.
Yeah, that was why I'm looking at like a GTX 1600. That would be roughly about where I am, or like a 2-year upgrade to what I have, and it probably would also allow for me to be able to do, if I want to. Oh, his volume's a little low. Oh, so I'm sorry. Anime Gamer is a bit too quiet here. Let me see if I can fix that really quick, Atlas.
Wait, am I too quiet?
Yeah, you're too quiet.
Let me turn the mic up. Hang on.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Wonders of
All right, is that better now?
Speak again, one more time.
Is it better now?
Turn it down just a smidge.
All right.
And then you should be good.
Testing. Are we good?
I think so. It's good for me. Yay!
Okay. Let me know if anyone else can hear me.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on Rising Sun and Rising Sun and Jiro.
These guys need to join the server. Come on, guys, join us.
I think Jiro's on the server.
Yeah, I think Jiro is. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can bring these guys in, no problem if they want to come in.
Yeah, bring them in.
I think Jiro will tell me no because Jiro has told me no in the past, but Rising Sun might not.
Yeah.
Rising Sun has no problem making fun of me.
Come on, guys.
This is a BS night. I don't even care. Anyway, back to what you were saying. So yeah, I'm probably going to be upgrading the processor and the graphics card. I don't know if I'm going to need to upgrade the motherboard too.
The motherboard, that depends on how old your motherboard is and
Motherboard's I want to say at least 3-4 years old.
Oh, okay.
So at that point, probably it's an old MSI gaming motherboard, but
Okay.
I probably will need to because I don't know if the sockets will still work.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And I think I've got like one or two RAM cards that also need to get updated.
Yeah, I gotta. Right now, I am running 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and I plan to upgrade to 64 gigs of RAM.
Yeah, believe it, I'm at 32. Yeah, I am at 32 on mine because I've got Windows 10 Business. So.
That way, I'll run the games will run a lot smoother because Fantasy Star Online 2 is coming out next week.
It is, in fact. Well, is that a beta release or is that just the game
It's a full
itself?
release. Full release.
So what you're basically saying is point the Shadow Blazer at your streams, and that way he can always feel bad that he can't play it.
What doesn't he have a custom built PC?
He does, but he's just mad that they're not on. Like he's in protest. He wants it on PS4 or Switch.
On PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants it on the consoles that he has, and
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
But this is what they decided to do. So I even offered to go sign up for the beta on Xbox and let him try it, and he was like, nah.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I'm kind of interested just because I'm wondering if they're going to keep kind of the Diablo-esque elements that PSO had. I don't know. I know very little.
And it's funny because I have the Japanese version of the game on my PC right now, but Sega of Japan, I tried getting them to send me their email so I can verify my email address and continue making my account, but their system is so broken now that it won't let me make an account so I can play the Japanese release.
Nope.
Because I don't know.
Well, nobody's in the office either.
Ow. I just got killed.
Nobody's in the office right now because like Japan's in kind of a worse spot than we are.
Oh, they are, yeah.
Hence why I've already kind of heard that a lot of major game releases that were set for this year are probably going to get moved to 2021.
I agree.
At least Ghost of Tsushima is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Complete.
I just got sniped on. Ouch.
See, this is why I don't play shooters. That had happened all the time.
Game over. Doesn't matter. We lost.
Speaking of MMOs, what is it going to take, Atlas, to get you on the WoW bandwagon?
Never.
Aww.
I have no interest in it.
Aww. Me like
I'm sorry,
you, WoW.
I tried on my friend's PC. I'm just not interested in games like that.
Oh, you're good. I get it. Like
They look fun.
there was a point where it wasn't my cup of tea either.
Yeah.
In fact, and now the funniest part is like I'm technically hooked to like 3 MMOs and I refuse to get into any others.
I need to get you into multiplayer shooters. And I mean, we're gonna play Gran Turismo. Yeah, it's a racer, but I gotta get you into multiplayer shooters.
So I can die all the time?
Hell, we can play Warzone. That's okay.
Because I'm just going to go ahead and be honest with you. PvP is not my strongest suit. I die a lot. And this is why I don't do like PvP and WoW or the Old Republic or anything like that. I die too many times. It's like, this isn't fun to me anymore. At least with Heroes of the Storm, like if I died, then maybe like my character would have a mechanic that would basically take you with me. It's like, okay, that's fun. If I'm dying, I'm taking you motherfuckers with me. But no.
I kicked your ass, dude.
That, and I can guarantee you, if I play a multiplayer shooter, I am never turning voice chat on.
Oh no! If you don't want to do it with the bullshit of the trash talking, then yeah, mute your mic and just whatever.
Exactly. Like I would be in a server with you and anybody else who wants to join
Yeah.
in, but that's it.
I agree.
I would immediately just say, no, I'm not dealing with 12-year-olds. I
No.
already deal with them way too much in the neighborhood. I don't need this.
Yeah. See, when you play Gran Turismo online, there's no in-game voice chat whatsoever. There's not
Oh,
one
shit.
of it.
What? Why didn't I think about bringing this up with the dear lady with you two? Did you see this part too? He wants to abolish voice chat.
Well, hello.
Oh, really?
Yes, all voice chat. So,
Wow.
And his reasoning is so that everybody can be the person they truly wish to be.
Oh my
Oh, hello.
god. That is just so. No, then the trash talking wouldn't be fun. I'm sorry, but the reason why people go online to play, like a shooter or whatever, is to trash talk.
It's just okay.
I'm sorry.
So basically, we're not acknowledging all of the good things that.
No, we are not.
So podcasting,
I
know.
just got betrayed by accident.
voice chat is basically the reason podcasting exists.
Yup.
We're going to also disacknowledge like all of the people who have had amazing friendships and even relationships and marriages happen through voice chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go over really well.
Oh my god. And it's not going to go through anyway, so what's the point?
Oh my gosh. It's one of those times, Atlas, where I have no problem saying this. There are days when I wonder why I don't do, like, a YouTube drama channel.
Yeah.
Because 80% of my reaction is going to be to laugh at everybody. Because
I know, same here, dude.
I just look at all the stuff that people are saying online, and I'm just like, what in God's green earth makes you think that this is even remotely viable?
Yeah.
And even better, like, you have sold yourself into this, and it's
You're the
never
one that
gonna
put
work.
yourself into it.
It's never gonna work, and you're gonna piss off everybody in the process.
That's right.
So, yeah, I love that concept. Oh yeah, what about rage quitting? Yeah, no kidding,
Ooh,
right?
rage quitting? Yes.
Zero says you need to get me to play Apex.
Oh, Apex?
Do I want to play? Isn't that Apex? Isn't Apex like somebody's answer to Anthem?
Yeah, but Apex Legends is a battle royale game.
So it's an answer to Fortnite.
Basically, yeah.
You can make a private
So it
party
was-
chat. Some of the random voice chat is funny. Look, I could totally buy into that too, Zero. That's one of the reasons why I love WoW voice chat. Is because all of a sudden out of nowhere we'll be wiping 30 times on a boss, and then out of nowhere you just hear, and
yeah.
everybody's friends again. Everybody's friends again. Nobody hates anybody.
That's right.
And aptly enough, after that happens, that's when the boss dies. All right.
Oh, yes.
So all that had to happen was that our beer drinker had to drink enough beer so he could belch, and that was the good luck we needed to down the giant fire demon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I have no problem saying, like, you're never going to get rid of voice chat, and I never want to see it go away.
I agree.
I never want to see it go away.
Then, well, even if they ever got rid of it, you would never hear Leroy Jenkins. Because that's a WoW reference.
Yeah, exactly. There would be no Leroy Jenkins. There would be, oh, geez, like, so many references out of WoW, so many references out of, like, Guild Wars.
Oh, Guild Wars.
All would be gone, and that would be on Deer Boy's fault, on Deer Boy's watch.
That's right.
Why do I call him Deer Boy, people? Because I have no respect for it.
Same here.
Because good luck trying to get any of this past anybody.
Dude, like, I have no respect for people that disrespect video games. Like,
Well, I mean, you are a white supremacist after all, so...
do I have the tattoos that represent white supremacists?
Well, no, I mean, according to Deer Boy's logic, all gamers are white supremacists.
Well, then you're a white supremacist too.
I know, right? Welcome to the club! We've got t-shirts!
Exactly.
I was telling
my
this to my
God.
guild, and my guild master, bless her heart, They're just things you never want to say in front of her because it'll set her the F off.
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah, so this person wants to abolish voice chat, and all gamers are white supremacists. Keep in mind, she had played WoW for... And by the way, I should probably point this out. This is a former Guildmaster. She had been playing games for many years at that point. She knew a lot of really decent people, and she lost her shit. I had to turn her down in Discord for an hour because she was still going on. And part of that was because she married a gamer.
Oh.
So at that point, she's like, yeah, no, you have every right to be pissed at this kind of... where this kind of logic is being brought up. And the best part about it, and this is the other thing that set her off. Have you actually... So you've seen none of the clips of this person, right?
No.
So here's the part that you're just going to love.
Okay.
So she says that she thinks all gamers are white supremacists.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a wild guess what was up on her stream at that point?
What happened?
She had gameplay up on her stream. So basically that's a self-admission, right?
Yup, pretty much.
I'm a gamer, ergo I'm a white supremacist. But I can't be that because I'm trans. No, you can, actually.
You can.
You can. I hate to be Dr. Cox on you, but you can. Because he had a group where a dude was pissed because we didn't charge into a full group that he died to. He was calling us effing cockroaches. I so wish I had a recording of... Oh, I wish you had a recording of that. That would be amazing.
I would love to see that.
Oh, my gosh. The one that I love to tell everybody is I was doing Blackrock Depths with the guild I was in at the time, and we this was back in the day where you didn't queue for stuff, so you had to find people in the server to go with you, and we found this little Lobby scrub, like 2 or 3 of them, but this guy in particular who was thoroughly convinced that he was like the genius of WoW. He has figured out everything. Like, he knows how everything works because, of course, he does. And the best part is we were asking him honestly. It's like, oh, okay, so let me ask you an honest question. Like, if you know so much, you probably have figured out this build. Well, you're a rogue, right? Is intellect necessary for a rogue? Spoiler alert, intellect is a casting stat.
That's right.
For mages. And he's like, oh, no, yeah, totally. Like, I love how it looks, and intellect makes me smarter so that I can dodge things more. And we just started and what's even better is that he hadn't bought Burning Crusade yet, and that was around the time Burning Crusade had come out. Or it was halfway into Burning Crusade's lifespan. And we were convincing him of shit that didn't exist.
Nice.
We convinced this kid that at level 60, rogues get a mana bar so that they can cast spells. We convinced him that he would be able to dual wield 2-handed weapons as a rogue when he hit level 70, and that all the bosses of every raid were super easy. All you had to do was slam your face on the keyboard to win.
Oh, wow.
Keep in mind, this Burning Crusade is probably where, yes, the mechanics were fairly simple, but you had to adjust the fact you were going to have at least some level of stupid in your raid. And that's why they kept the mechanics simple. This kid hung on our every freaking word until he decided to go, like, after our Blackrock Depths run, he went to go tell another rogue off for doing things wrong, and this rogue was, like, the most popular rogue on the server.
Nice.
And I'm talking, like, he had... Yeah, no. He had both glaives, both war glaives from Illidan. And this kid came up and said he was doing it wrong and that was a warrior weapon.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it was so great.
Nice.
Drak was a troll. I technically wasn't doing any of it.
No.
I couldn't keep a straight face because the friend that I had, the guildie that I had on, was so convincing to this guy. I was like, dude, he is Vince McMahon. He could literally sell water to a mermaid, you know, like kind of thing. He was the snake oil salesman that would be able to get you to buy some swamp land in Florida.
Yeah.
And I contributed a little bit, and by that I mean, yeah, you totally agree. Rogues get a mana bar, right? Yeah, totally. I couldn't keep a straight face. I'm like, motherfucker, you were such an idiot.
You were laughing so hard.
Yeah. I think we also convinced him that rogues could tank, and this was the one that especially made me crack up because this was the time where warrior tanks were the only viable. Well, in Burning Crusade, they'd started to widen out the pool, but oh god, you still had a lot of warrior tanks out there, and we convinced this kid that it's like, oh yeah, no, our guild is totally looking for a rogue tank, but you're gonna need to go and raid with a couple of other smaller guilds first before you come raid with us. And yeah, this was a great day. Why do most do special WoW play rogues? Because they do. Hey, Sophia.
What's up, Sophia? Good to see you.
I mean, I'm a douchebag on WoW, and I didn't play a rogue until, Warlords, maybe? Never was totally on board with it until the Legion redesign when they did Outlaw. But, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Those were the days. But that was because of voice chat, and it was very clear that this kid was 14 years old and hung on every word. That's what you want to abolish, dear boy.
Whoops. I have to go back up. Dang it.
Not to mention the fact that if not for voice chat, in my opinion, has also helped contribute to modern-day cell phone technology to be able to make sure that everything works as streamlined as it possibly can to get crisp and clear sound.
That's right.
But no, voice chat's horrible because it doesn't allow us to have that anonymity you just so love.
That's right.
To the guy who has a cam on him with deer antlers and yeah. This is why we're talking about him. He's a blithering idiot. And he deserves...
I'm trying to get this guy from behind. I'm right on his ass and I still can't hit him.
Jiminy Christmas.
God, he's too fast.
Do you guys see why I can't not do YouTube drama tomorrow? I don't write this shit. They wrote it for me. I have no problem saying that. They wrote that shit for me. I did nothing. Let's see. What can I... No, we'll not do that one. And I think we're good on that one, too. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm fully stocked on ammo. I'm ready to go.
And nothing really happened. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. Oh my gosh, guys. That's the world we live in.
Oh, we got him. Nice.
What exactly are you playing?
I am playing Halo: The Master Chief Collection.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're doing Halo multiplayer. I'm guessing Halo 2 multiplayer, or
yeah, Halo 2, Halo 1 right now.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, that actually, I'm kind of surprised that Jiro hasn't brought this up, but that might be another one we have to consider is Doom Eternal multiplayer. Because Jiro was pushing for that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for the multiplayer? Yeah, they need to bring back regular multiplayer because I don't like that battle mode. I really don't. 2-on-1, to me, is just, it's not fun.
I will say this, well, it depends on if we've got all the same setup and you can link them all over. We might have to get Jiro in on that, too.
Yeah.
Because Jiro loves Doom Eternal, so...
Yeah, Doom Eternal is good. It's a good game.
No, it is. I look, for as much punishment as it took to finish the story of that game, it was still worth it.
Yeah.
Still worth the payoff. I would definitely do a positive review of that one.
I agree.
Have you heard that the Snyder Cut of Batman v Superman is in the works? Yes, and actually that's
Yeah,
also
I
on
heard.
the agenda. Why? Why? Why does a Snyder Cut exist? It's Batman v Superman, people. Are we really expecting, like, that the Snyder Cut is going to make it any moniker better than what it was? I don't trust it. I don't know why a lot of people are. I just don't see, like, Zack Snyder's personal cut being much better than what we got.
Yeah.
And
All right,
what about Young Ya, Sophia? Oh, I think I got turned around. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, lots of stuff that I want to do in the summer, because I think that's going to be kind of the good time to make a push, even though I think a lot of people are, as soon as they can get out of the house, they're going to get out of the house.
Oh yeah, I know, dude. I cannot wait to go back to work and start making like regular paychecks again.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, like, I've been able to make some money, but this week it was horrible.
Oh yeah.
And part of that was because people were starting to take a step outside of quarantine because it was a really good weekend, and the weekend is like the best day for my work. And so I just sat there in my car for upwards of like 90 minutes between deliveries. Just because nobody was making deliveries. They were out having picnics.
Oh wow.
It's like, okay, well, that's the way it goes today.
I hit you in the face, pal.
Did Young Ya molest another PS4? What?
Whoa.
Is there something I need to know about?
Whoa, what happened on the PS4? Can you explain that?
Yeah, because Ibo just said, did Young Ya molest another PS4?
Yeah, who brought that up?
That was Kasaibo. Kasaibo also brought up, now all we need is the JJ cut of Rise of Skywalker and the director's
JJ.
cut of The Last Airbender.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, Kasaibo, no, we don't need the director's cut of The Last Airbender.
I
It's
think we're covered on that.
that shit be done.
Yeah. Honestly, The Last Airbender sucked. Let's not bring it up, okay?
Yeah, so much so that I'm questioning why we're doing a live action Netflix series.
Yeah, that is a good question.
It is, isn't it? Let's see. Stadia Google is not doing so good. Nunez fight about it more. Young Ya, there's another game in the works for. Okay. Stadia's not doing so good? Well, yeah. Stadia wasn't a good idea to begin with.
November, so
Stadia was not a good idea. I do not know why Google thought that was a good idea to announce it.
yep.
Especially when they knew they were going to get tons and tons of backlash from all the YouTubers that are waiting for them to focus on the goddamn website.
That's right.
And guess what? Didn't happen. But I'm now much more intrigued about Young Ya possibly molesting PS4s. Are they his true soulmate? I don't know.
Has molesting taking a new turn, or what the hell?
Are we talking about the Eric Cartman definition where he didn't actually know what molested means in that episode?
Yes.
And I'm also going to bounce back to this. The JJ cut of Rise of Skywalker. Do we really think that the JJ cut is going to be any better than what we saw?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they did the best with what they had.
Yeah, they did.
I think the better idea is to, and I'm going to stick with this till the day I die, Kathleen Kennedy needs to be fired,
Agreed.
and Dave Filoni needs to be put in her place. Either him or Jon Favreau. You take your pick.
Yeah.
Because they actually get what the fans want, and you don't, Disney.
That's right.
You don't. I don't care that Kathleen Kennedy did Jurassic Park way back when with Steven Spielberg. I don't. Because here's the thing. You could be the most experienced director in the world, and you're going to have a bad year eventually. It's just a fact of life. Crap happens.
Damn, shotgun to the face.
You got shot through the heart, and you are to blame because you give
I got
love a
shot
bad
to the
name.
face. It was not fun.
What
What
is this?
games?
Google Stadia is no one's hyped about it. You have fast internet speed if you have the Google Cloud. Yes, nobody was hyped about it. Not even Yongya was.
Yeah.
I think I watched his coverage and I was like, yeah, it's laughable. What the hell are you thinking, Google? Stadia was a bad idea. Although I have heard that Google is talking about Stadia too, so...
Wow.
Talk about not learning a lesson.
Nope.
Full Metal Alchemist is addicting. Yes, it is. You didn't know that, Rising Sun? Wow, we should have done that for the podcast. Full Metal Alchemist instead of a silent voice.
I agree.
I still feel bad for C Tactics on that one. Because I wasn't trying to be a dick in any of it. I was just being honest about how the movie made me feel, and I was legitimately pissed at it.
Yep.
And so at that point, a Full Metal Alchemist might have been fun to actually do instead. JJ Cut would add more explosions and add Transformers. Ooh,
I just got the kill and the revenge for that fucker.
Nice.
That was good.
Oh, we should definitely do FMA. Well, should we do 2003 FMA or should we do Brotherhood?
I'm up for like 2003.
Because I would have no problem with either. I tend to like Brotherhood more, but that's me.
Yeah, Brotherhood's really good.
Is it Ronnie? He said hi to me. Your friend who said hi to me. Tell him I said hi back, Drak. I will do that tomorrow when I see him. I thought the podcast went really well. We had a lot of different perspectives. Brotherhood is the one I've been rewatching. Yes, like 2003 is good. In fact, in my opinion, and it's just because I haven't seen the other one or the other movie, but Conqueror of Shambhala is a good movie as far as I'm concerned. It had an interesting take on the swerves that 2003 was trying to do with FMA.
Yeah.
I have not seen the Star of Milo, the movie for Brotherhood, but I have been told it's not as good as Conqueror.
Right.
Which is sad to me, because Conqueror of Shambhala was just an interesting way to take things. Like, actually show the start of the Nazis and things like that. It was actually really interesting to see that in Full Metal Alchemist, and have cynical Edward Elric dealing with Nazis, of all things. Star of Milos is basically a filler movie. That's kind of what I was thinking it was. Because I think it's like supposed to be in the middle of the story somewhere. In between a bunch of pivotal moments. And it's more FMAB for FMAB's sake. Not bad, but not something to go out of the way to watch. Exactly. And yeah, Shambhala was really interesting. If for no other reason than, they knew that they were not following the manga, and so they just decided to go in their own direction. Man, it makes you wish Hollywood would do that. Did I say that out loud?
No.
I totally didn't say that out loud.
You have the right to voice your opinion.
It would also add Force Ghost Anakin, played by Hayden Christensen. You mean for Rise of Skywalker? I don't know. I kind of like the idea that they showed no Force Ghosts and just had the voices. I would have liked to have had that happen, but instead I would want... Like, you'd have to go all out, in my opinion. You'd have to do Mace Windu, Qui-Gon Jinn, and even, bring in... you couldn't... already you couldn't do Dooku because of Christopher Lee's passing.
Oh, I know.
You could have brought back Ray Park for Maul, and then cast a bunch of other people to play, ancient Sith Lords. That might have been cool.
Damn.
I don't care for the 2003 version as much as Brotherhood, but I do appreciate it how 2003 went in some really unique directions with the story between the two worlds. Yeah, no, I like that. I also like the interesting take on Winry's parents' demise, and how like she doesn't trust Roy Mustang. I thought that was an interesting way to go with that particular direction. But I will always point out Brotherhood is better because, I mean, for crying out loud, it was the one that got Winry and Ed together. So, and confirmed that they had little papooses. Ed has kids. He now knows what he's afflicted others throughout the series. I hope he constantly called his kids short.
Yeah.
And made sure that they ate their milk.
Has increased.
Yo, speaking of anime and games, what other games do you got on PC besides WoW?
I mean, I have other Blizzard games.
Yeah.
I have the Old Republic, so
nice.
that's pretty much like the only other MMO. Oh, actually, I also have Final Fantasy XIV, but I have not started it yet.
Oh.
I just haven't had time, and Brinton's been pestering me to come and join on their server. So one of these days I will. Aside from that, I have a couple of indie games. Specifically, if I can't get them for console, because I tend to prefer console over PC.
Yeah.
That's pretty. Like, I'm trying to think of a few of the ones I have on. I have Star Mazer because fuck Alex Maurer. I still have Stardew Valley on there for some reason.
Oh wow.
I have Stardew Valley on three different platforms. Is that weird?
That's funny.
I have it on Switch, so I can take it on the go, but originally I wanted it on console, and it came out to Xbox, and I'm like, well, we haven't used the Xbox. I probably should use the Xbox. Oh, and I just barely hit level 30. What the hell? Let's up the magic.
I nailed you, buddy. I gotcha.
Oh, you know what? No. Let's do that, and then...
I hear a rocket.
There we go.
Damn.
Okay, 4 points. Yay! Oh, never mind. I do have the final talent, so... Adventurer. And dual wielding. Let's do that. And now I need to be able to... Why can I still not use a town portal scroll?
Yeah.
That cannot be cast.
The crap. Okay, well, I gotta drop some stuff then. Okay, so drop this so I can grab the crystal, the celestial eye,
Quest complete.
and then I can just go into the portal because I don't care. I grab their shit. I'm waiting for Ed's kids to get taller than him and call him short. But he wasn't short at the end of the series. He was tall. He's actually pretty damn tall. Count Dooku was a Sith. Yes, he was.
Yep.
That's why I'm saying he needs to be on the Sith side. So, like, just as much as you want to bring in Hayden Christensen, and I think you should bring in Mace Windu and Qui-Gon Jinn, you should also have brought back Dooku, Maul, and had, like, a full-on Jedi battle there.
Yep.
But that would have made the movie cost too much. Absolutely too much.
Way too much, yeah.
I had forgotten how good of a character Winry was until I started the rewatch. No, they did a lot of amazing character development in Brotherhood for her.
Oh, hello.
In my opinion, 2003 kind of slumped because they made Winry just a lady in waiting and never really did anything with it. But at least with Brotherhood, they actually gave her like a full-on arc. I still think, to this day, one of my favorite episodes with her is being confronted by Scar and knowing that he killed her parents.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really great moment in there. They can still get taller than him. It would be even funnier if a tall Ed is called short. Oh my gosh, that actually would... You know what? Never mind, Rising Sun, you've sold me. Get a short rant from a taller Ed? That would be amazing. I love it. The other thing, too, I would actually like a sequel series to Brotherhood, just to see all the characters grown up. Like they could figure something out. Oh yeah, that episode with her and Scar was awesome. Yes, it was. He's ranting about being called short and then hits his head on something. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I would love to be able to see that happen, and maybe even like a plot that could happen is some kind of tension between. Oh crap! What was the country that they were all from? Amestris and Jing, because they kind of hinted that Jing was in a state of turmoil. So that might have actually been cool to see like something happen and Ling has to go to war with Amestris.
Oh, hello.
I'm spitting out ideas at this point. Speaking of ideas, there's actually a couple things that I wanted to bring up to you guys, since I have a lot of people here. I've had like one of the things that's been really awesome about having a job again is like all of the writer's blocks that I've been having over the years are just gone. And I've been able to come up with a lot of ideas, and some of them I'm considering as content for the channel or you know, putting them somewhere else. I'm not sure where, but I wanted to get you guys' opinions on them if that's okay.
Right.
One of them is I just want to kind of get a feel for what is people's feel for the WoW content, because I might actually want to do some more of it, but if people don't like that idea, like I don't want to go to all that work for nothing kind of thing.
Oh.
So is the WoW content boring for people, or...
I have a question for you, my friend. When are you gonna finally do your what the fuck is it? Your desk setup video.
Oh, that's recorded. I just haven't edited it.
Okay,
yet.
cool, sweet.
Yeah, that's happening.
But as far as WoW goes,
well, it's not a desk setup. It's the office setup.
Yeah, the office.
So so you get that. I'd probably watch some of the WoW content. Okay, because like one of the ideas I had was I love having this discussion with people about like what made an expansion good and what made an expansion bad. And
right.
I actually just because of the problems with the story of the current expansion, I actually just started like going to storyboards and trying to fix the story for Battle for Azeroth.
Right.
And I actually came up with some really good ideas, and I think I want to do a video on it and just basically explain from a story perspective and from a game mechanics perspective how this idea would work better than what they did currently. So I might want to do that. Oh, so you're writing a book now? Where can I buy it? That's a lot of work. I don't have time to write a book.
That is a lot of work.
I at some point should, but that's one of the cool parts about being able to go to a job is like I'm not restricted anymore. I'm not constantly thinking about what content I can make, and so I have a lot of ideas that I want to do. The other one that I want to bring up is I know a lot of people have liked the idea of retro reviews. But
that'd be great.
Like that's going to happen. But they didn't. I've gotten some feedback since then of they like that, but that gives the premise that it's all going to be positive. And so I get this question a lot, like, what are you going to do with games that are bad? Like, what are you going to do with negative reviews? Is that still going to be like a retro review? Because I kind of make it sound like I would do that as more of a positive aspect. And so
yeah.
I wanted to bounce to you guys, like, if it do we want bad reviews for me? Because, like, I mean, I can get ranty. I personally think I'm more entertaining when I'm positive. When I'm ranting and stuff like that, I know that, you know, Jiro and Rising Sun like me ranting. But, like, is that something? Because, I mean, AVGN, I'm not.
Oh, no, AVGN, he will murder you when it comes to ranting about videos that are so bad.
So at that point, like, I'd have no problem with doing a negative game review, but I'd probably want to do more positive in between. But is that something that people want? Do you want actual negative reviews from me?
Yeah,
Because here's the thing. Like, my negative reviews are the ones that don't do well. And granted, part of that is because I'm, like, I got a lot of crap for my Need for Speed review. The other one that I got a lot of crap for was Prey, I think. Also, Kingdom Come Deliverance, where I had a negative review where a lot of people perceived them as positive. Like, they perceived them as good games and didn't like the fact that I was speaking negative about them. But then again, I also got flagged for speaking positive about Sonic Forces. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
Oh, Sonic Forces.
I did a positive review on it, and then the video got blocked worldwide.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Dude got butthurt because I had positive things to say about Forces. Sorry.
Yep.
Like, that's the way it goes.
Shall return. Hang on.
With bad reviews, I'd ask what the point of doing them is. Retro reviews seems like a thing you do to highlight cool old games. So is it worthwhile to highlight a bad old game? It might be. Like, here's the thing. I know a lot of people were really excited when AVGN finally did E.T. But the most exciting part of that, to me, is not the movie itself, it is the review, because I don't think anybody expected him to speak positively on E.T., and he did. And it turned out to actually be a well-placed review. Like, people understood why he did that, because he didn't see anything wrong with E.T., if that makes sense. And that might be the thing. Like, a lot of movie tie-in games that people might want me to go do, I could see some positive in them. And so at that point, would it really be a bad review? So I don't know. Don't be AVGN or Mooler, be yourself. Well, I'm not planning on being AVGN. There is one James Rolfe, and he is very good at being James Rolfe.
Oh, yeah.
I love James Rolfe. I don't want to try and hop on that bandwagon.
Yeah, I do. Like, to this day, I still watch his videos.
Yeah, I love the AVGN. And like I was saying while you were taking a break, like, I actually liked the twist that, you know, everybody expected his E.T. review to be like the worst game ever, and it turned out he was positive about it. He didn't see any problems with the game.
Oh, no.
I thought that was a really interesting gem to put at the end of the AVGN movie.
Oh, yeah.
Who said hi to me? Was it at least one of your friends, Urgent Nico B? I think Romney said hi to you, Sophia, and I'll make sure he knows. There would need to be a good reason to highlight a bad game. Yes. The other idea that I had somebody bring up, like, in regards to the bad reviews, is that I should do something like, if people know who Cat Icarus is, where what he basically does is he does a review of the game, but instead of having scores or anything like that, he decides whether or not the game deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. And so at that point, like, if it's good enough to be salvaged, then it goes up into the heavens and it's considered a positive review. But if it's slaughtered, then it's a bad review, and he tries to make it as comedic as possible, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think I would go into the making it comedic as possible. But I would also say this. I'm not going to go out of my way to look for bad reviews.
No.
The purpose of the retro reviews is to look for good reviews.
That's right.
And I should also point this out. What is going to count as a retro review? Right now, my plan is anything that is not current gen. So right now, that would be PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. All right? And even to some extent, I count Wii U in that. So, like, I wouldn't do a Wii U retro review. But once we get the Series X and the PS5, I will probably wait like 2 years, and then PS4 games are fair game, kind of thing.
Yes.
Because here's the thing: like, the library is endless. I can do this with a lot of games, and we can just have fun with it. And I can dig out a bunch of positive games, and like for every 20 of them, I can do a negative one. and just say, like, this is why I don't think this game is as great as everybody thinks it is.
Do you plan on buying the PS5?
Not at launch.
Same here.
But the only reason I'm saying that is because they haven't sold me with the amount of games that are coming to it. I am interested in Godfall, but in order to get me to buy it at launch, I mean, there'd have to be like 15 games I'm interested in.
Ooh, yes.
Which is not possible. You could do the Game Grumps Mickey Mouse voice while watching a bad game. Yeah. Look at this Torchlight. What a piece of shit this is. I mean, all I'm doing is walking around. Is there no such thing as running? I could do that, just like an April Fool's joke. I'd have no problem with that.
Oh, yeah.
That actually might be fun. That's kind of my deal. Is like I don't the retro reviews is not to basically persecute. It is I want to try and find positive even in bad games. Because that like I think it's too easy to go negative in this current climate. Like everybody goes the AVGN route, right? But then very few people go the James Rolfe route and try to do the James and Mike Monday thing where they try and talk as positive about a game as they could. That's more my aim with it. Let's see. A lot of people are not getting PS5 at launch thanks to a certain Naughty Doggy. Bad Naughty Dog. No biscuit. But it will surge in sales when God of War 5 comes out. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And it won't even just be God of War. I think God of War will be the next big hit that goes there.
That's right.
But let's just say, for the sake of argument, Naughty Dog Naughty Dog's a bad example now, just because even if they pulled out Uncharted 5 at this point, I don't think it would sell very well. Unless you could guarantee beyond a shadow of a doubt that Neil Druckmann was not involved at all in that process. Here's a better example. If Insomniac right out the bat before God of War 5 announced Spider-Man 2, that would probably do well. That would probably sell consoles. Or if Sucker Punch announced that, oh yeah, we were working on Ghost of Tsushima, but in the background we were working on Sly Cooper 5.
Oh yeah.
That would do well. I even think to some extent Knack 3 would do well.
Oh, nice.
And this video is about to get flagged by Neil Cuckman. Oh, please. Please. Like, a lot of people think it's so stupid of me to say, please, Neil Druckmann, flag my video. But they don't understand. At that point, I can go to Twitter and say, hey, look, Neil Druckmann flagged my video. Here I am, small YouTuber. Just doing my thing. And the cuck can't deal with a person with this many subscribers talking about his game. That doesn't help him. It really doesn't. It doesn't. It actually works in my favor. So at that point, that's why I'm saying, like, oh, please, just go ahead, say what you want, because I can guarantee you, I'm gonna bust it out to you, and I'm gonna make sure every big YouTuber sees it. Let's see. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Sophia Selle. Selle? I'm not sure what that is, but okay. But yeah, that's kind of my philosophy on the retro reviews. Also, I know that somebody was bringing up that I shouldn't go to services like BitChute or other services other than YouTube to put this up. Here's my thought process on why I'm not willing to do that. Fuck YouTube.
Exactly.
I put that video up on YouTube, it's dead on arrival. It doesn't matter how much I advertise it. It's dead on arrival. And so I'm done trying, like, I'm not saying that the retro reviews wouldn't end up on YouTube, but during that time where we worked so hard to put that video out, I'm putting it out onto a service where I want it to get eyes. And I want it to be able to do well. And in my opinion, it just can't do that on YouTube. You guys all could go advertise the video to the hilt everywhere. You all could make sure your grandmothers watch the video, and it probably still wouldn't do well on YouTube. That's my problem. That's why I don't want to rely on it. That's why I want to go somewhere else, because I have no problem eventually bringing it to YouTube. But that first couple of weeks where if it's going to get coverage, it's going to get coverage, I want it to get it. And there's no way I'm ever hitting the recommended tab. I rocked the boat way too many times with YouTube.
Way too many times.
Yes. Confession, I'm a bit of a boat rocker. People tend to get mad at me very quickly. But yeah, this is at least something that I can consider on it. Like, I can maybe consider doing some negative reviews and pointing out, like, why this doesn't work. But I wouldn't be interested in the fact of, like, I want to destroy it. I would instead just want to say, here's why it doesn't work, and here's what could have fixed it. Because why call a game a piece of shit when there's, like, 20 million people doing that?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, sure, I'm not calling the right game a piece of shit to a lot of those people, but, well, like, them and me are probably not going to agree on what's a good game anyway.
Your pet is feeding.
Which is fine. Oh, jeez. Okay, I am officially in
Your
hot
pet
water.
is fleeing.
I just got betrayed by my own teammate. What a douche.
Your Wings of Redemption? Oh, I'm kidding. That's the funniest part about this year, is like I've had to get acquainted with so many dramatic figures on YouTube just because people wanted me to cover whatever's going on in their life.
Yeah.
So I never thought I'd have to ingratiate myself or educate myself on Wings of Redemption, Darkside Phil, Susie Lou. This has been an interesting year so far. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm not negative now. Good.
Yeah, you said Susie Lou YouTube, Sophia, but who's Sele on YouTube? I don't know who that is. Confession, I don't watch too many big YouTubers anymore.
Yeah, me neither, man.
I don't even subscribe to big YouTubers right now, because I'm sick and tired of them getting me in trouble. A girl in a game what's playing Yakuza. Oh, okay. This year has been a thing. It absolutely has been a thing. And it's gonna get crazier. Oh, and this actually also might make the agenda. I'm not sure about this one, but Nintendo has announced that they have no directs planned in the immediate future.
Damn, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, but kind of makes sense. Like,
I want to see more Smash.
I want to see more Smash, but I think they pretty much have announced that the Smash Pass 2 is being delayed due to Corona.
Yeah.
So that's a thing, and I also honestly don't think that they have any other major announcements to make with games. Not even Breath of the Wild 2 or Metroid Prime 4. Those probably aren't.
I want to play Prime 4 so bad.
I want to see what it is.
Yeah.
If it's FPS, I'm gonna cry a little bit inside.
I think it is FPS, for sure. I
kind of hope that it isn't, in the sense of, because Samus Returns was such a unique concept, and it could work on Switch. I would like to be able to see another.
Samus Returns was always a third-person game.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that I would actually like to see if they could do a second coming of Other M and merge the FPS mechanics with the third-person mechanics.
They could do that.
Because here's the thing. Other M was very bare bones with it, but if you brought Retro back in to work on it, they probably would be able to find a better balance. I don't know. It depends on who's working at Retro these days.
Ooh, I got killed from the grave. Let's go.
The smaller YouTubers are the cool ones anyway. Yeah, exactly. We've all become hipsters, is what we're all basically saying.
Yeah.
We've all become the hipsters. The Shadow Blazer no longer has that credit. Now we all have to wear plaid. I don't have any plaid. Anybody have any plaid I can borrow?
Nope.
Ah, dang. Well, I guess I'm up a creek. Is
Damn.
it Jiro? You said hi to me? I think Jiro has said hi to you. Jiro's here, so...
Hey, we won a game. Finally.
Congrats.
Now I got more XP.
Oh, do you actually have an XP mechanic now?
Yep.
I thought it was just win to win.
Nope, you earn XP.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
they incorporated some stuff from more modern shooters then.
Yeah.
Your pet is fleeing.
Is it possible that Master Chief has a talent system? I hope not. That's one thing that's one thing that I would like to see a lot of games stop doing, is really assess whether or not your game needs talent trees.
Your pet is
Yeah.
fleeing.
That might actually be another really cool idea, is like certain aspects of games and why they probably don't work as a mainstay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about that until then. Good to
All
head
right,
out and go to bed.
okay.
Talk to you later, Rising Sun.
All right, son, take it easy, buddy. Watch more anime. More waifus.
More lolly.
Oh, God, no.
I just love the fact that Rising Sun likes to give C Tactics issues over
Oh,
lolly.
yeah. Wow.
Like he gave me an invite to their Discord, and
Yeah.
the first thing he told me to do is like, well, as the honorary new member, you have to do the tradition. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, you need to go ask C Tactics about lolly characters. I'm like, okay, well, I know what lolly is, so I mean, at least I know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I ask him about. I say, Rising Sun tells me I have to ask you about lolly characters, and I got like 5 straight things going. No, 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 no. I'm like, crap. I'm already in the server, and I'm gonna get kicked.
Yep.
Oh my gosh! But that was actually kind of fun to have happen.
Wow.
No, what you need to have happen, Rising, is that you need to finally give in to the fans' demand and finally review a hentai.
Yeah.
Don't call me for it, but you
Do it.
no, I can't do that anymore. You forget, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. I've seen plenty of shit I shouldn't have seen.
But we're not gonna bring up that shit here tonight.
Or ever.
Yo, are you gonna get off at 10:30 tonight?
So it would be... I can't remember. Are you on my time?
Uh,
You're in Arizona, so...
I am in California, 1 hour behind you.
Oh, yeah, so it would be 10:30... it would be 10 o'clock for you. I'm going to be getting off at 10, so...
Sounds good.
10 o'clock, so that'd be 11 my time. And then I got to get to bed because I've got to take kids to school in the morning.
Well, have they finally opened up the school system for you guys?
I say school, but it's more of a program that we're taking my oldest to.
Okay.
To help her with her development. So,
There you go.
yep.
Perfect.
Oh, hello.
So we call it school because it's basically a school environment for her.
Yeah.
And she gets to go and do circle time and all that fun stuff.
There you go.
So she's happy about it.
That's good.
Okay.
So it's almost like daycare, but different.
Yeah, that would be a way to be able to work with. She basically what it is that, school can't, like, you got 30 kids in the classroom, so you can only do so much individual care, and
Right.
the program that we're doing with her is much more individualized. So she gets one-on-one care, so that we can help out with her unique way of learning things.
Cool.
So I can't give too many more details than that. I'd probably have to talk to Andrea about it.
Now that keep to yourself.
Yeah. He
You know
should
what?
review interspecies reviewers. You know what? Now that Jiro has brought it up, I need Rising Sun to review interspecies reviewers.
Jiro.
I need this now. Just because, like, I did the controversial episode, and I didn't even get through... I think I got through half the episode, and that was it. And I was just like, I can't watch this anymore. My kids can walk downstairs and see it, and I'm just like, I don't want to answer these questions. I don't think I should have to answer these questions. Have you seen any of that, Atlas?
Which one?
Interspecies reviewers.
No, I've not seen that.
Oh my
Is it
gosh. I mean, good's a word that you could put for it.
Okay.
It's kind of a series that highlights a lot of my issues with anime right now.
Right.
Where there's just so much emphasis on the sexies and the big boobs and the big butts.
Oh god.
Well, I mean, the premise is that they live in a town full of brothels, and so the main characters decide to go review the brothels.
Right.
And so at that point, like, each episode they have succubuses, and what would it be like to bed a cyclops, and all that stuff. And episode 3 is the controversial one because it's the gender bending episode.
Yeah.
So they decided that they would go to a brothel which allows for you to take this magical elixir and become a woman.
Oh wow.
So that they then can, ravish you. So you could see it from the female perspective.
Yeah.
And that's what got it canceled on a lot of TV stations in Japan. Funimation dropped it after episode 3. There's like, you know what? We're not simulcasting this anymore.
Nope.
And we're not supporting it anymore. So, yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, Rising Sun needs to review this, because he would have a lot of fun with the premise. And that would actually be a Rising Sun video I would happily watch.
Yeah, me too.
No problem. Like, I've seen some of the stuff that Rising Sun has done, but that is one I would wait patiently for. Oh, jeez. Okay. That's a big dragon.
Kill that dragon.
Goramor the War Chief. Okay. Oh, great. You're a War Chief? So you're Thrall. Are you here to steal my kill? Screw you.
Hey, Jiro, are you a fan of Family Sister Online by any chance? If you're still here.
I played PSO when it was on Dreamcast.
Me too.
But,
And the GameCube.
well, back when online play was ridiculously horrible. Let's just be honest about it.
Oh yeah, it was that bad.
It was horrible. Yeah, I played a little bit of PSO, and got bored with it just because we kept lagging out like every couple of minutes.
Oh yeah.
I remember looking into the premise and saying, like, this is actually kind of cool, but when you couldn't get past character creation without internet issues, it was kind of an issue.
The internet issues, yeah.
Is it Andrea's brother-in-law who said hi to me? It could have been Alex. Alex is nice when you catch him in the right mood.
He's a good sport.
Unless it's about a silent voice and then he gets mad at me.
Oh, sorry.
Why don't you like the things that I like? I'm sorry. I'm just not I'm not a slice of life guy.
Yeah, Shadow.
Like, I get why Alex is a slice of life guy, but as I explained on the podcast that they did, is like slice of life works for me sometimes, but not always, because in order for slice of life to work, in my opinion, you have to have fond memories of school. Well, I'm already screwed. I don't. My memories of school are fighting with teachers.
That was fun. And bullies.
Oh, I fought them too, but like it was more fun to be smarter than the teachers.
A bet show replaced it on one Japanese channel.
Yeah, one major Japanese channel, and then a couple of small ones took interspecies reviewers off.
Yep.
So this this show was apparently disgusting enough that even Japan couldn't deal with it. And I mean, for crying out loud, Japan has an age of consent at like 13 years old.
Yeah.
They don't anymore, people, I know. But they did at one point.
Look, I got like more.
I believe age of consent now is like 16 or 17 now.
The age, yeah, the legal age now is 16.
Yeah, so 16, which is basically what like Europe has.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Cool.
My PS10 is here.
By the way, we've made enough progress, guys, that we have like 4 levels left.
We're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'm very happy. We're up to 31, and actually, speaking of that, okay, let's fuel up some stats. I know my pet is fleeing. Shut up.
How did my Galaxy S10 actually connect when my Bluetooth is turned off? I gotta check this out.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I watched my friend play PSO on Dreamcast. Looked fun.
It's great.
Considering how much I love Diablo-type games, I probably would have loved PSO.
Oh, yeah, you would.
It's one of those things where if I actually could find a way to be able to play a PSO game, not online, but like on modern-day consoles, I probably would.
Yeah.
Just to be able to play it. And before people go, well, Alex played it on GameCube. No, I want something modern. Like PS4 or something like that. But yeah. I'd take a look at it. A boat show replaced it on one Japanese channel. A boat show? Wow.
Yeah.
That is bottom of the barrel. Okay.
Yep, a boat show, yep. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, jeez. That's actually kind of funny in a way.
It is.
Alright, let's...
Nightlight.
We've run out of side quests to do, so at that point I'm just going to clear out floors and see if I can get the remaining levels. I don't know. It might not happen tonight, but we at least made tremendous progress.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
You just might beat the game tonight. Who knows?
I'm not sure about that, because I've still got 4 levels to go get.
Right.
So at that point, given how much XP I'm getting per floor right now, that might not happen. I mean, never say never, but
yeah,
it's more possible that like I could probably finish it next week.
Damn, my Bluetooth is now working. That is amazing. Awesome.
There we go.
Let me check device manager just to be sure.
So answer me a question really quick, Atlas. Are you using an online connection via Ethernet, or are you doing Wi-Fi?
I am using Ethernet.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, I never use Wi-Fi.
Well,
especially when it comes to gaming.
I mean, don't criticize it entirely. Like, Alex has to do that.
No.
But there's a reason Alex has to do that.
As a last resort.
No, he has to do it because he lives in a much older house. So.
Oh, Shadow?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's not a big deal. He's okay.
Yeah, he basically, like, if he wants to download a new indie game on his Switch, he has to bring his Switch up to the router to be able to download it. Understandably so.
Right.
There we go.
Oh my god, all of my Bluetooth devices actually work now? Oh, sweet. Something fixed it.
Also, I am strongly... so I'm also going to bring this up to you guys, too. I am strongly thinking about bringing WoW into streams again. But not in the sense of, like, we're just going to do random shit. I might actually have stuff planned out. So, at that point, like, maybe we'll go and do a bunch of horrific visions or something like that.
Ooh, yes.
Because that's fun. I swear, as soon as Shadowlands comes out, I'm doing tons of Torghast content.
I'll be looking forward to that.
Torghast, the Tower of the Damned. Oh my gosh. And that's another one that I would love to be able to do a podcast on. Is I've seen so many people in the WoW community complaining that WoW is basically Diablo now.
Yeah.
And that's a bad thing. And I'm just like, really? That's a bad thing? I mean, I love it. It's basically allowed for somebody
great.
like me who can't socialize to be able to still have progression that week.
Oh, yes.
Because Horrific Visions is basically a single-player way to be able to get raid gear.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, because like that's the best gear in the game, so I love that I can do that on my own time. And then Torghast, when that eventually comes out, that's going to be another single-player way for me to be able to do it. And have a fun time doing it. And if I just so happen to want to bring a friend in, I can.
Yep.
That's another thing I really want to try and do is get Rising Sun and probably Brinton and maybe a few other people in for like some dungeon runs for a stream.
Ooh, yes.
Where we could just sit there and bullshit about like all the stuff that is going on in the dungeon plus all the shit going on in our lives.
Oh, the dungeon, yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a podcast right there?
That could be a video podcast right there, yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Or a special kind of walkthrough, you know?
Drak has become a filthy casual. Yes, I have. I have been forced to become a filthy casual because of having kids.
Yeah.
Now I know the pain of my brother when he was hardcore raiding for the Lich King. And he as soon as they downed the Lich King, he was like, I gotta be done, guys. I'm sorry. You know, I got diapers to change. My wife is gonna kill me.
Yup. Gotta change those diapers.
Because at that point, his kids were really young. Like, his youngest was still in diapers. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
In fact, she was like his little helper when he would go raid the Lich King. He's like, okay, you press this button. Okay, I need you to press the button. And she's like, yay!
That is awesome.
So he basically, I don't know if he did this in the actual raid. I think the raid would have actually gotten mad at him. But when they were clearing trash and stuff like that, he gave them. How much about WoW do you know?
WoW?
Yes.
Not a whole lot, other than watching the expansion trailers.
So I'll fill you in.
Yeah, fill me in.
My older brother likes to play paladins. In games, like ever since Final Fantasy IV, when he saw Cecil the Paladin, he's always wanted to play Holy Knight kind of characters, and so his main is a paladin in WoW, and this is when he was hardcore raiding, and he wanted to down the Lich King, and at that time, paladins had an amazing ability called Divine Storm, which was like the first time ever paladins had been given like an AoE cleave. And it was amazing because you had these swirling hammers come out of nowhere, and they were all light blessed, and then you get this ton of damage, plus it would heal you and like 2 nearby allies. Nice. And so paladins in raids were amazing because of Divine Storm. You like have 2 of them, and they could easily heal like a little bit. They could heal the melee group.
Oh, wow.
And so at that point, he would put his daughter in charge of the Divine Storm button. Mm-hmm. And she loved it. Like, this was when Divine Storm had a cooldown. So at that point, she was, like, mad that she couldn't press the button because it didn't work. And then he's like, okay, press the button. And she's like, yee! Because she loved the swinging hammers.
Yeah.
And so the other one that she liked was Avenging Wrath because it gave paladins, like, these fierce wings that then it increased your melee damage and things like that, but it gave like this halo and these fierce wings in the back of you. And so if you got the wings plus Divine Storm, it was yellow magic going everywhere. And yeah, I remember him telling me like, yeah, I do trash runs, and I had her press that button, and she was happy as a clam the entire time.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Sadly, it didn't work for me because I play a druid, and apparently my kids are anti-nature and do not like any of the abilities that I had.
Aww.
They even didn't like it when I brought the moon down. Yeah, in an expansion, I got an ability where I could basically throw the moon down on people. Yeah, that was fun. Like first I would throw this minor little moon rock at them, then a slightly bigger one, and then all of a sudden, boom! And it's like, ooh, I'm staying balanced the rest of its expansion. It's amazing.
Right.
My main was a paladin. I was holy for a while, then ret later. Yep. That's for my brother. That's what he had to do because he was raiding back in classic days, and so they needed a holy paladin. And then BC, he was forced to do holy, and then he went to a new guild and played ret, and now they won't ever let him do anything other than ret.
Right.
Well, he can do prot. Like they'll let him do it for mythic pluses, but it's just like, oh, you want to go to raid? No, you're ret. We won't have you doing anything else because you're just good at it.
Very good at it. Yes.
No. Credit where credit is due. My brother can play a paladin really, really good. He's not like a min-maxer, but he knows where to go to be able to get questions answered, and so he was a very efficient paladin. And in a lot of cases, like he was probably higher than some would expect a ret paladin to be on the DPS numbers. So that was actually really good of him.
Well, good work.
But I will always forever make fun of him because he was the Pally Ranger.
Yeah.
Go,
right,
Pally Ranger.
Unfortunately, my friend, I have to get going.
All good.
I have to get stuff done tomorrow, but it was good talking to you guys.
No, it was fun. This actually turned out to be a lot more fun than I thought it would be. So
yeah, it was good.
I thought I was just going to be sitting here and grinding and killing stuff and boring the hell out of people, but no, this has actually been really fun.
No, this was really, really good.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some grinding nights again and see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll do it again next Thursday, for sure, if you're on.
And here's hoping that by then we can finish up Torchlight, and maybe we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Hey.
Yes.
Install Phantasy Star Online 2 next week.
I'll see what I can do.
Yes.
I will definitely need hard drive space for that because I don't have it right now.
Yeah, clear out whatever you don't need on your computer, and you should have enough room. Or you can download it on Xbox. Either way.
Can PC and Xbox players play together?
Yes, it's crossplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
All right. Well. All right. See you guys later.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I think we're gonna finish up 32.
Your fame has increased.
Has it now? I will say this at least about Torchlight. Wow, the grind does not feel anything like Diablo 2. That was painful, just because there was very few places that I could grind in D2 to be able to finish it. Now we can talk about Atlas. Yes, let's talk about Atlas behind his back. Speaking of, that actually might be something I bring up in the future. Is the rumored Diablo 2 remaster, which I have said in the past, if they did actually remaster it, I'd probably play it again, just to see if the remaster sells me this time compared to the original game. The original game was just too cur, in my opinion. I get it, and it was still enjoyable. And just if you gave me a choice between D2 and D3, I'd pick D3 at this point. What's it? Andrea's birthday. Brother-in-law said hi to me. Well, it wasn't Andrea's birthday because that was a while ago. Okay, there we go. Oh, lovely. Level 32. That's level progress right here, guys. There we are. Okay. What do we want to level? Let's do that. We got 2 points to work with. I want to do more dual wielding and more damage to devastate. Okay. So I know Devastate's going to be my saving grace with the final boss. It's apparently a really amazing ability to have. I just remember when this place was kicking my ass, and now it's barely registering at all. Oh, cool. And apparently I've received 100 messages. Reminds me. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy to see that. At least to some extent, the chat has been keeping up fairly well. I'm happy about that.
Well, hello.
Well, hello to you. Let's see. Just sell all the stuff that we're probably not going to use. Yeah, these are still going to be... Those aren't going to work that well. Okay, so then at that point, I want to make sure that we get a bunch of... There we go. Now we have some stuff to work with, because unfortunately, like, Grand is probably not going to be a thing. And who was it that said hi to me when you I first jumped into your YouTube chat? It could have been Kasaibo. Let me answer this question for you really quick, Sophia. Since I think you really want an answer to it. Sophia. Okay, so this is where you were. So I didn't even notice this before, so you became an edgelord eventually. Yes, I've had my edgelord intentions. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat who said hi to you. I said hi to you. Does that make sense? Oh, are you talking about Atlas, who was talking with Drak? It could have been Atlas. Because we were noticing people coming in, so it's entirely possible. Let's see. What do we think the possibility is that I can nuke out 33? We'll have to see how well things go. We got a half hour. I want to make sure I get as much progress in tonight as I can. Because I probably won't be able to get any progress in after this. My week is just too loaded. But yes, so the podcast is going to be happening tomorrow night, assuming, crap doesn't hit the fan. We've got lots of stuff to talk about, and I hate to say it, guys, but it's probably going to be another YouTube drama night. I might make some last-minute changes to that because, maybe too much emphasis on YouTube drama. I don't know. I kind of don't want to go there, but some of that drama, like, there are talking points, I think, that need to be hit. Like, for example, don't say you're all suicidal and then go play a joke on your detractors. It's not cool to do that. And I think it actually is against community guidelines. So did Shadow find out we were talking about in the last podcast? I think he's pretty much just adapted to the idea we talk about Shadow. Like, he doesn't ever seem mad about it. He's like, of course you guys did. Whatever. Because I'll even bring it up with him, like, when him and me record. Just like, yeah, by the way, I did actually bring you up on this particular video or whatever. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm sure you did. It's kind of hard not to. because of all the recording sessions, Alex is kind of involved here, so... You know, I'll blame Shadow for not showing. I'll blame Shadow for not showing up. Very good, very good. He needs to be blamed for something. Yakuza the game is not that good. What? Sophia, are you telling me that while you were telling us to play Yakuza for so long, you hadn't even played it yourself? I was going off of your recommendations, Sophia. So it's okay, Sophia. I'm not mad, just disappointed. I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not dropping that button on you. I'm not pulling a parent button on you. So yeah, don't worry about that. I love it. This place isn't half as hard as it used to be. Okay. Dark Zealots aren't kicking my ass anymore. Sadly, YouTube, he does reviews of games like Devil May Cry 5 and Mortal Kombat characters. Okay, I'll look into him. I'm just not promising subscribes at this point because I'm kind of tired of the bigger YouTubers eating each other. So what do you rate this game so far, Drak? Like as far as a score? Ooh, that'd be tough. I mean, I like it. This is definitely an improvement from Diablo 2, I will say that much, since it's the same people who worked on it. This is a lot of mistakes being learned from. There's a new character in Mortal Kombat. There's 2 of them. 3, actually. Because you have Fusion, RoboCop, and, crap, who was the other one? Shiva. There's 3. Because of Aftermath, we got 3 characters, and I think they still have another combat pack coming out, so... even more than that. It'll be interesting to see who makes this combat pack. To be honest. I'll be legit interested in who makes Combat Pack 2 for MK11. Still don't like the graphics engine. Still think it's trash, but only in the sense of you don't need to have fictional characters looking realistic. It's great and all. It just doesn't work out. Not as well as I think it does. In my opinion, X will be the best designs that MK has ever had. And even in some cases in X, like, the 9 designs were better. Alright, well, we are making our way back to areas that we haven't discovered. This is going to take a minute. Okay, never mind. We're already here. And yeah, I'm going to take the feedback that was given tonight to heart. Like, we're going to see what we can do here. Because because I would love to be able to do content like that, but do it my way. I just don't see a reason to do it the YouTube way anymore. Or how, other YouTubers recommend that you do it. Because it appeases the audience or whatever other bullshit reason they've come up with. I will be honest also on this with Mortal Kombat 11. Fusion was enough to actually get me to consider buying it. Holy crap, that actually lagged me out. Oh, crap, I need to answer your question, Shiro. Doing the score in my head. Yeah, it'd probably be like an 8. 8.5 maybe? Out of 10? 8 point, yeah, I think that's comfortable. It's like a B. There are definitely things that need to be improved, but from what I understand, they did get improved in Torchlight 2. So at that point, good for them. But as far as like a singular, as a first entry into a new franchise, I mean, it's great. It's from the people who made Diablo, and they obviously learned some of the lessons that they had to learn from D1 and D2. So, yeah, this one worked out for them quite a bit. I can only imagine how things got better in Torchlight 2 and eventually Torchlight 3. Oh. I was down here. What the hell? I don't know where I'm going anymore. It's okay. Sooner or later, I'll get Yakuza game from Best Buy. I will like the characters of Yakuza. So is that a confession? You haven't actually played the Yakuza games? Sophia, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. You pushed Yakuza for so long and you hadn't played them? It's okay. I still love you. You're still good. Oh, dude, and actually, yeah, we are pretty close to ending time, so there's no way we're going to be able to get to 33 in the remaining 10 or so minutes. I played Yakuza 0. Yeah, there you go, Zero. So at least you can recommend it. Yeah, in 10 minutes, we're not going to be able to get that full bar right off the bat, but that's okay. So this actually might be a good time to go ahead and call it for the night. When we come back on Thursday, we'll probably finish out the remaining grinding for Torchlight. I mean, we've got 3 levels left, and then we should be able to take out the main boss. And at that point, if we do it super early, then... Jeez, my hand is really itchy if you guys haven't noticed. We will probably either bounce right into Axiom Verge, or I'll find something else to do. Oh, actually, next week, that might not be the case, because Ultra Instinct Goku will be available. We'll figure that out. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We will be doing the podcast tomorrow. Make sure to tune in for that. And on Saturday, just as a reminder, me and Alex the Shadow Blazer will be doing Drak Let Shadow Live with Animal Crossing New Horizons. So make sure to stop in for that. And also, we are continuing the drive to 200 subs. We are 7 away. So a lot of that's going to happen this weekend as well. Just to at least cap off and say, like, you know, I have 200 subs on YouTube and continue working on more, hopefully. But until then, I wish you all a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night for Geek News.